Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal and welcome to the match build-up for Arsenal against West Ham United. Now, this is a must-win game. You know what? I'm not sure if it's a must-win game or a must-not-lose game. Let me know. Is this a must-win game or a must-not-lose game? If we win this match, we are into the top four for the first time in God knows how long. This would be the first time we're in the top four for such a long time. United's game was postponed yesterday, so that's why we'll have a chance to finish in the top for this midweek. The thing is, you have to win this game because I can imagine being below the likes of Tottenham and the likes of United when they have games in hand. That would not be good. That would mean like we are behind them and they still have 2 games to play, and we are going to be playing catch up. So as always, I'll be going through what our lineup looks like today, what West Ham looks like today, which kind of approach they'll use, which kind of approach we will use. But all I know is this is a must-win game. West Ham are 4th on the table right now. They've not been doing that well, especially away from home. They lost to Wolves. There's one other team that beat them. They've been better at home. They've beaten the bigger teams at home, not away from home. And I actually can't remember the last time West Ham beat us at our place. I think it was 2015 or something, first game of that season. But that's the only time I remember West Ham beating us. Also, I think in 2007 or something at the Emirates Stadium. They usually don't beat us at our backyard. Let's hope they don't do it right now. So make sure to send me what your predictions are. I've also put a poll on YouTube in the chat asking you guys for your predictions. Will Arsenal win the game? Will West Ham win the game? Will Arsenal win the game by 1 goal or by 2 goals? Or will it be a draw? Make sure to comment down below. So we'll go through the Arsenal lineup first, and then we'll go through the West Ham lineup next. So let me know what you guys make of the lineup. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be captain today. Expecting it to be Lacazette because they haven't really appointed anyone else. So let's see. This is the lineup for today. So no changes from the last game. Basically, this is the same lineup we had in the last game. I'm not sure about that. I would have preferred to start Smith Rowe because Smith Rowe really knows how to carry the ball and all that. Tierney is on the left side, Gabriel, Ben White, and Tomiyasu at the back. The one thing I love about these players that we bought, most of them are very consistent and they rarely get injured. Over the years, we've seen Bellerin playing 2 games, getting injured. We have seen Tierney as well playing a couple of games, getting injured. Koscielny, Mertesacker, none of them usually used to play like every single game. But Tomiyasu, since he came in, I don't think he's missed a game. Ben White, he was ill for a couple of games, but apart from that, he's been always available. Gabriel, since he recovered from his injury, he's always been available. So that's the one thing I love about this team. And then Tierney on the left side looks to have gotten his position back from Tavares, which I don't mind. Tierney usually gives you attacking at returns. That's 2 games for him, 2 assists already. That's what he does. That's what Tierney does. Xhaka and Partey in midfield once again. Most of you would not want Xhaka to start, but he starts again. Let me know what you make of that. And Thomas Partey once more. Let's hope Thomas Partey can have a better performance than he's had the last few games. Odegaard starts as the number 10 this time round, the goal machine. Odegaard, the goal machine. He always scores. He scores when he wants. Odegaard, 3 games, 3 goals. Let's hope he can make it 4 games, 4 goals, or better yet, 5 goals in 4 games. Let's hope he can get a brace. Martinelli starts again. So we've been crying about Martinelli starting the last few years, of the last 1 year, let's say. And finally, he's starting. He started 3 games in a row and came off the bench from the previous one. But that means Smith Rowe is on the bench. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Saka is on the right side. Make sure to hit the like button if you agree with Martinelli starting. If you agree with Martinelli starting, make sure to hit the like button. And Lacazette is starting up front once again. I assume Lacazette will be captain. So I don't think that team really makes me feel sad like we were last season at the beginning of the season. I don't mind Martinelli, Odegaard, and Saka starting. I'm not happy with Smith Rowe being on the bench, but that's not saying Martinelli and Saka are terrible players though. And then that leaves on the bench Okonkwo, Tavares, Holding, El Neni, Niles, Lokonga, Smith Rowe, Pepe, and Ketia. Not the best of benches. Maybe Smith Rowe could be the one changing the game in terms of attacking potential. Pepe should be the one changing the game as well, but I don't know if he's going to get any minutes today. Nketiah is on the bench as well. As you can see, Leno is still not on the bench. I think he's still out with an injury. I think he'll leave very soon anyway. And then we only have one backup fullback on the bench. That is Tavares. So what do you guys make of that lineup? That's the same team that started against the last game we played. Which team did you play last time? Southampton 3-0. And there has to be rotation over the weekend. So I don't expect that same team to start over the weekend because we have Leeds, and then I think we'll have Sunderland, and then we'll have Norwich, Wolves. There has to be rotation. So let's see what you guys are saying so far. Tactical says no ESR, must be saving him for Leeds on Saturday. I mean, this is the third game he's not starting. Listen, if a player is not 100% fit, I'm okay with them being on the bench. Let's hope the team that starts does provide, because this is a huge game. This is a game that you cannot afford to lose. So that's why I would have started Smith Rowe, but it's fine if Martinelli starts. We have been amazing at home against West Ham, so that take that into consideration. We've also been amazing this season at home. Not amazing, but okay at home. Like we beat Watford, we beat Newcastle, we beat Tottenham, we beat Southampton. I think we've lost like every single round of our away games, apart from Leicester and Burnley. But at home, we've been really good, and that's what we usually ask for. Like, have a good home record, make your home a fortress. So I don't mind having a good home record. George says Arsenal win 2-1. Let's hope so. I do expect West Ham to score. I don't think West Ham will fail to score. Really doubt they will. They scored 3 against Liverpool. They scored 3 against Chelsea. In the cup, they scored against United. They scored against they've scored against every single team, basically, West Ham. They scored 4 against Newcastle. They scored another 4 against Leicester. They score goals. RK says, how you doing, Glenn? Sending you greetings from Dallas. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's Laka today. I mean, this is Arsenal tactical. Don't be surprised seeing Gabriel leading the team out. Like, Arsenal is Arsenal. Sentiment says, how is Partey and Xhaka in the team? I mean, maybe both of them, Partey has not been playing well, but Xhaka in the last game, I think Xhaka was better than Partey in the last game he played. So I think it's impossible to drop both of them and bring Lokonga and Niles, because that West Ham midfield is very strong with Soucek and Rice. So you cannot just throw in Lokonga and Niles. Niles, who has played 1 game the entire season, and Lokonga has been on the bench for very many games. And you saw what happened with Lokonga coming to play in the big games. Like, Lokonga hasn't done well in the big games. Xhaka usually never does well in the big games anyway, but in terms of the strength and the experience, that's why they're playing. Maybe you could make a case for at least one of them being dropped. Maybe say play Partey in Lokonga, play Xhaka in Lokonga. I could understand that, but both of them, it should be hard. Yeah, one of them at least. That's maybe say Partey. I think Partey would have been the one to be dropped, not Xhaka. I think Xhaka is a favorite for the manager, so I think he'll always start. But for Partey, he hasn't been playing well. But I think that's just because it's West Ham. I don't think he'll throw in the likes of Niles. Poor Pepe being shut out. I mean, surely he'll get some minutes before he goes to the African Cup of Nations. Surely he'll get some minutes. So let's take a look at what West Ham's team looks like today. A very strong team, West Ham. So this is West Ham's team today. They do have Diop and Dawson at centre back. So West Ham are currently missing 3 of their defenders. So we have to take advantage of that, surely. Just like we did with Southampton having to play Caballero the other day. They don't have Cresswell at left back, he's injured. They also don't have Zuma. They also don't have Ogbonna. So they're missing 3 of their starting centre backs. Come on. We have to take advantage of that. They have Masuaku, Diop, Dawson, and Kufal. The likes of Diop, Dawson is very old, he's not the quickest. So you'd expect, you'd hope that likes of Martinelli would take advantage of that. Their midfield is very strong, though, with Soucek and Rice. Those are players who, if they joined Arsenal, they'll definitely start. As Sentiment said in the chat, like, why is Partey and Xhaka both starting? Like, if you signed Soucek and Rice, they'd both start immediately, both of them. Lanzini is playing in front of them. They have Fornals on the left. I did a show with a West Ham fan, and he was talking about Fornals being one of the best players right now. So let's make sure we take care of him. They also have Bowen on the right side, and they have Antonio up front. Antonio, who, I mean, when he gets the chance, he always scores against us. I think he did score against us last season at the Emirates. And on their bench, they do have the likes of Ben Drum. I didn't have time to update the bench. Literally, it would take another 10 minutes. They did have the likes of Ben Drum on the bench, Yamalenko, Noble is also on the bench, and they have a few youngsters on the bench, Ashby, Kral, they have Vlasic, the new striker on the bench as well. So they'll probably definitely score a goal looking at that team, but there's a chance of us scoring a goal as well. West Ham have had 4 2s, 3 2s, 4 1s. We've also had 3 2s recently, 2 1s. We have to take advantage of that defense. Let's create many chances. Like watching Manchester City yesterday, let me know what you think of the West Ham team, and let me know which player scares you the most in that West Ham side. Which player do you think we should be watching out for the most? So I was watching Manchester City yesterday. City had around 25 shots, and I was like, when will Arsenal have 25 shots in a game like that? Like, they're so relentless. Literally, they scored in the 54th minute, it was disallowed. And after 10 seconds, they scored yet another one. Like, City are very relentless. Yes, we are not in City's level, but in a home game, like once in a while, not every day like City, like once in a while. When can we have a game like City's game? Like, have 25 shots, 20 shots in a game, dominate the game, give yourself a chance to score 3 or 4 goals. Because I know Aubameyang misses chances, I know Lacazette misses chances, but giving them 2 chances per game, that's not as many as we want them to have. Surely, if you give Aubameyang 8 chances, he'll at least score 2 of them, even if he misses 6 of them. But we don't create that many chances ever. I don't remember the last time we had so many chances. We do have 20-minute spells here and there where we attack the opposition. We get 2 goals like we did against Southampton, or get 3 goals like we did against Tottenham. And then in the second half, we relax. That's what usually happens. Or in the first half, we don't turn up. And then in the second half, the last 20 minutes, we turn up. When can we actually dominate the entire game, a home game? Not expecting us to dominate against these guys today. This is a very strong team, but once in a while, like it's a home game. West Ham last season, when we played them at their place, they scored 3 goals against us in the first 20 minutes. When can we have that? Let us relax. Southampton was the only game the entire season where we've relaxed. Like, wow, we have 3 goals. You can relax and try and get more. Usually it's 1-0, 0-0, fighting for a goal in the second half. Let's make a home game once in a while comfortable. So that is West Ham's team. Let me see what you guys are saying. Tactical says Bowen, Lanzini, Antonio, and Rice are dangerous. Now, Rice, I don't know how many of you would remember. Rice played his first West Ham game against Arsenal, and that was back in, I think it was 2017 or something. We did score, I think, 3 or 4 goals against them then, and Rice had a shocking game. I think it was Welbeck playing for us in the front that day. I think Welbeck and Giroud, both of them, or Welbeck and Aubameyang. It was that period where we are getting rid of Giroud and Walcott and getting the likes of Aubameyang around that January. And we scored like 3 or 4 goals, and Rice made 2 mistakes. And I think Moyes was the manager then as well. And he was like, Rice is not ready. To see him improve this much, he's playing against Arsenal like 4 years later, and he's a different player. The way he carries the ball forward, like he's definitely improved in that. He can have a shot from outside the box and score. He can take a penalty, like he's pretty good. So you're right in terms of taking care of Rice. That's where Xhaka and Partey need to be at the top of the game. I don't want Xhaka to be pulling Rice shot in the first 10 minutes to pick up a yellow card. We don't need that. So Bowen scores goals. He came from Hull City, but he's very, very good. Lanzini's been on the bench for like 2 years, injuries and all that, but recently started playing, and Ben Rama is on the bench. And Antonio is a bully. We all know when it comes to bullies, Arsenal never handled that well. Let me show you one game that we did not handle a bully very well. That game on screen right now. We did not handle Lukaku at all. He bullied Holding. He bullied Pablo Mari that day. Yes, those defenders are not there. It's Ben White and Gabriel today. But the last time we played against a bully, we did not do well. The likes of Lukaku, the likes of Peter Crouch, tall bullies, physical bullies, the likes of Kenyon Jones, all those players over the years, we've never been able to handle them well. That's why we've always had trouble playing against Stoke City, against Burnley, corners and all that. It's always been tough. So Antonio is a bully. He can score from headers, left foot, right foot. Can Gabriel handle that? We need Gabriel and Ben White all to be at the top of their game in terms of handling Antonio. He's very, very dangerous, very, very dangerous in terms of just being a bully. He'll just knock you on the side. Drogba is another one. How many goals did Drogba score against us? 13 or 14, just bullying the likes of Gibbs, Senderos. Drogba used to give us a hard time. So let's hope we can take care of Antonio. Bowen and Antonio, sentiment says Bowen and Antonio are the dangerous guys in this game. I agree. I do fear Antonio more. I'd say Antonio mostly as the first player. And then we also need to take care of Sushek. He's like a Ramsey, like getting into the box late on and scoring goals like the way Lampard used to do. He will do that. So we need to watch out for that. Sambi played in the City and Liverpool, 2 pretty big games, and I think has been better than Partey. Though I think those are the games I'm saying. Like, did he really play well against Liverpool? Could he really handle that pressure against the likes of Henderson? Like Tavares did not play well against Liverpool. I think, first of all, I think in the City game, he did not start. In the Man City game, that's when we started with Xhaka and Odegaard in midfield, and Xhaka got a red card in that game. I don't know if Lokonga came on in that match, but you wouldn't have, Lokonga, would he really have been able to handle the likes of Gundogan and De Bruyne, I really doubt. So anyway, you do make a good point in terms of these guys not playing well. So if Partey and Xhaka don't play well today, then we have to be looking at what to do, because Partey is about to go to the African Cup. El Ney is going to the African Cup anyway. So who will be playing for us in that midfield position? We have to watch out for that. Playing Sunderland will be a blast from the past, says Tactical. Yeah, good old days. Arsenal, Sunderland, Arsenal, Blackburn, Arsenal, Bolton. Those used to be the kind of games you used to enjoy. You used to win 7-0, 6-0 back in the days. But Sunderland, let's not focus on Sunderland first, but it's a game we have to win next week. We need to get that trophy. At least I've never seen Arsenal winning the Carabao Cup. I've seen us playing in 3 finals. I think we lost one to Drogba, we lost one to Martins and Birmingham, and we lost one recently to Manchester City. Lukaku dropping Mari, yeah, you could see Antonio doing the same. So let's hope our two new defenders, Gabriel and White, not those defenders we had at the start of the season, are different. It's also interesting to see our bench. Like Arsenal's bench, in terms of defense, we only have Rob Holding. So literally these players have to stay fit, because let's imagine Tomiyasu. Let's just say, oh God, no, please. Tomiyasu will be fit. Let's just imagine Tomiyasu is not there. Like he has to come off in the second half. Who do you even bring on in Tomiyasu's place? Niles, he doesn't want to play as a right back. Cedric is not there. I don't know where Cedric is. Where's Chambers? Like all these players. That's why I usually say, like, I'm really disappointed in the experienced players. Like, we would not even be talking about who to make captain. Like, you'd be saying Cedric is experienced, Rob Holding is experienced, give them the captain so that they understand the English game, but none of them is fit for that position. Like, all these experienced players we have, El Neni, who's been here forever, Holding, Chambers, you can even say Kolasinac has been here for a bit of time. Xhaka, Partey has been here for a couple of years. His experience, Lacazette, Aubameyang, none of them is really a leader. You can't make the likes of Holding captains because they're always on the bench and they're about to leave anyway. So we have like 7, 8 experienced players and none of them is captain material. We literally have to sign a captain. That's how bad we are right now. We have to sign a captain. We talked about the captain issue yesterday, like Wolves, Cody, Brighton, Dunk, Liverpool, Henderson, Milner, Van Dijk, so many options. But for us, we don't have that many options in terms of captaincy. So let me know what your prediction for the game is. Who do you think will score the goals? For me, I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to stick with a 2-2 draw. I really hope we get a win. But let me ask you, would a draw be a disaster? Do you really want to win this game? Would a draw be a disaster totally, or would you be happy with a draw against West Ham? I think being a home game, we have to try and win. If we win, it could be like 3-2 or something, but I'm thinking 2-2. I can see us scoring fast and then them scoring and then probably us scoring and then them equalizing again. I could see it being that way, but this is a really, really tough game. As we said, Sushek is a man to watch. Rice is a man to watch. Antonio, Bowen, all very good players. Kufal, he likes to bomb forward. So how does Martinelli take care of that on that left side? On the right side, Saka has to also come back and help with Fornals and help with Masuaku. Masuaku scored the winning goal against Chelsea. He loves pushing forward. It's not easy defending against them. Like, they've scored many goals. Let me just check how many goals West Ham have scored this season. It's very many. And they've not, like, for us, we've scored 3 goals against Tottenham. We've scored 3 goals against Southampton. Aston Villa, I don't remember any other games we scored more than 3 goals. I don't think we've even scored 4 goals in a game this season. So West Ham have done it plenty of times. Us, we've never scored 4 goals in a game. I don't remember the last time we've scored 4 goals in a match. So let's just take a look at West Ham results. They scored 3 against Chelsea. They scored 3 against Liverpool. These are not easy teams. They scored 4 away at Aston Villa. 4 goals. Yes, Gerrard was not there yet, but 4 goals away at Aston Villa. They scored 4 goals against Leicester City. They scored another 4 goals against Newcastle. They scored twice against Crystal Palace. And they scored twice against Leeds United. They are full of goals. Like in the Europa League, they got 3 against Genk. They got another 2 against Genk away from home. Like West Ham loves scoring goals. This season, Arsenal have scored 21 goals. West Ham have scored 28. We've played the same number of games, probably played the same teams because we've all played 16 teams so far, but they've scored 7 goals more than us and they have a better defense than us. They've conceded 3 goals less than us. So they have a goal difference of 9. We have a goal difference of 2. They've won 8 games. We've won 8 games. They've lost 4. We've lost 5. They've drawn 4. We've drawn 3. So they are a very tough team. They're not an easy team to play against. I can see someone saying 2-1 to Arsenal, 3-2 to Arsenal, 1-0 clean sheet. Will you keep a clean sheet? I'd love a clean sheet, man. Another clean sheet. How many clean sheets have we kept this season? Let me try and count that. We kept 1 against Southampton, Newcastle, Watford, a lot of the home games. Leicester, we kept 1 against Brighton, Burnley, Norwich. So 7 clean sheets is not bad out of 16 games. It's never usually the Arsenal way. For Arsenal, usually gets us scoring more goals and less clean sheets. But 7 clean sheets, and all of them have come since the likes of Ramsdale and Tomiyasu came in the game. You could say Norwich, you'd expect a clean sheet. Burnley, yes. Brighton away from home, you were lucky to keep a clean sheet. You should really have lost that game. We kept 1 in the cup against Leeds, another one in the cup against Wimbledon. Watford, 1-0. They should have scored that day, but we kept a clean sheet. Newcastle kept a clean sheet. You'd expect that. We also kept a clean sheet against Southampton. I think we were a bit comfortable in that game. I'm watching Southampton right now. 2 minutes gone. They've already conceded a goal to Crystal Palace already. So that was a good win. You should really have won that game. And looking at our next games, Leeds and then Norwich, Wolves, this should be a 3-4 game winning streak, really. We should be winning all these games. None of them should be hard for us to win. But with Arsenal, you don't expect it to be easy anyway. RK says, let's hope Arsenal score fast. Yeah, chasing the game is not good. If they score fast and then you have to chase the game and then you're giving the likes of Antonio an opportunity to counter-attack, you don't want that. You want to make it as comfortable as possible for yourself. Get a goal. If you can get 2 goals early on, this is the kind of game I can see Arsenal. If we score 2 goals, let's say a 2-0 lead, I can see Arsenal defending. I can see Arsenal literally just parking the bus for the rest of the 45 minutes, 50 minutes, which I don't mind. I'd expect us to get 3 or something like that after getting 2 goals early on. But this is West Ham, and this is also an Arsenal team that is usually a bit defensive as much as we don't like it. So as you guys send the predictions one more time, let me take a look at the lineups one more time. So with Arsenal, we start with the same team that started against Southampton. That is Ramsdale in goal, Tierney, Gabriel, White, and Tomiyasu at the back, Jacques and Partey in midfield, Odegaard as the number 10, Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right, and Lacazette up front. That is the same lineup we started with last time. I would have expected Smith Rowe to start ahead of Martinelli, but he's given Martinelli another chance. So let's hope he take advantage of another chance again. And then on the bench, Okonkwo, Tavares holding El Neni, Niles, Lokonga, Smith Rowe, Pepe, and Nketiah. Let's also hope Pepe gets a chance to do something in this game. And then for West Ham, they do have Fabianski on the goalkeeper position, former Arsenal goalkeeper. Masuaku, Diop, Dawson, Kufal at the back. Sushek, Rice, Lanzini in midfield. Fornals on the left. Bowen on the right. Antonio up front. You'd expect Lanzini to find Lanzini on the left side a couple of times. You would find Fornals on the right side. You might find Bowen as the number 10. Antonio could drift to the left side. Bowen could go forward. So any of those players can play in any position, any of those front 4 players. I think it's just kind of like Arsenal. I think we could see Saka on the left, Martinelli on the right. We could see Odegaard on the right, Saka as the number 10 in this game. So interesting lineup. So a win isn't impossible, says Tactical. It isn't impossible because they don't have their defenders. Mostly we have a chance to get a couple of goals. They do concede goals as well. They conceded 2 against Chelsea, 2 against Liverpool, I think 2 against Newcastle. They do concede goals as well. In the Carabao Cup, in the Europa League, they have conceded goals as well. Back 5 masterclass incoming. Does that mean for us or for them? Back 5. For us, our back 5. So Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel, and Tierney. You would expect them to take a few shots. So Ramsdale has to be at the top of his game because you have to expect Antonio to. I don't think Gabriel will just keep Antonio quiet for the whole game. So this is another game where sentiment usually doesn't like, where Ramsdale could be the man of the match again. Don't be surprised. He'd have to make like 4 or 5 saves in this game because they are not an easy team to play against. Totally not. And as I've said, they've scored 28, 29 goals already this season. We've only scored 21. They've scored way more than us. So let me see what you guys are saying in terms of the poll. I did ask, what will the results be? Will it be an Arsenal win by 1 goal? Will it be an Arsenal win by 2 goals? Will it be a West Ham win, or will it be a draw? 54% have said Arsenal win by 2 goals. Arsenal bias. Many of you have said Arsenal will win by more than 2 goals. I mean, let's hope so. I've seen so many games over the years where we've beaten West Ham by many goals, but it's not the same. Like, things have changed. 15% says Arsenal to win by 1 goal, 50% says West Ham win, and 15% says draw. Could be a draw. I'm thinking draw. Hopefully we do get a win. Hopefully we don't lose, because as I said, if you lose this game, for example, you're behind Manchester United and they have a game in hand. You do not want to find yourself in that position where you're behind people and they still have games in hand, where if they win those games in hand, they're 9 points above you, 10 points above you. You do not want that during this period, because looking at United's fixtures, they have a very good fixture list. West Ham after us, they do have a couple of good games. I think West Ham at home is not a disaster. Leeds away, Leeds have been terrible. We have Norwich, Wolves. All those games we should really win, because after that it's going to be Manchester City, Tottenham, I think Chelsea, if it's not postponed. Like, we have so many hard teams coming up. Last thing I wanted to check is Arsenal's record against West Ham. So in total, we've beaten West Ham 69 times. They've beaten us 35 times, and we've drawn 40. I wanted to take a look at the Emirates record. So since we moved to the Emirates Stadium, if you believe in history and stats, since we moved to the Emirates Stadium, they've beaten us twice only. That was back in 2007. I think it was Zamora scoring that goal or something. They beat us 1-0 in April of 2007, and they also beat us on the opening day of 2015-2016 season, where Leicester beat us to the title. They beat us 2-0 at home. I remember Kouyaté scoring against us that day as well. But apart from that, we don't even draw with them. We usually beat them at home. Last season, we beat them 2-1. The previous season, we beat them 1-0 at the Emirates. The previous season, we beat them 3-1. In 2018, we beat them 4-1. I think that was Rice's debut. We beat them 3-0 in 2017 again. We beat them 3-0 in 2015, 3-1 in 2014, 5-1 in 2013. This is such a good record against them. Like, we usually score 3+ goals against West Ham at home. Can we do the same? Let's not end this record. Let's not end this record. They never beat us. In fact, home or away, not just the Emirates Stadium, they only beat us in 2019 when Rice scored the goal, and in 2015. So basically, from the last 25 games, they've beaten us twice, West Ham. Surely they cannot beat us a third time. Even if they're better than us right now, surely they cannot beat us a third time. So we have a very good record against West Ham. Very, very good record, especially at home. If Saka gets a pass like the Southampton game to Lacazette or Martin, it's a goal. Now, that has to be a goal, because we cannot start missing those chances. Saka did miss a couple. We were unfortunate with hitting the post every time in that game. Let's hope those goals go in today. Let's hope those ones end up in the net. We cannot afford to hit the post every single time. Awal says Arsenal 3, West Ham 2. I can see it being a high-scoring game. I cannot see it being like a 0-0 or something like that. Really doubt it's going to be a low-scoring game. 3-2, 2-2. Let's hope they don't beat us 3-2. That would not be good if they put 3 against us, because the last big games we've played, Liverpool scored 4. United scored 3 against us. Chelsea scored twice against us. Man City scored 5. So all the big games, all the teams that are above us, they've put 3 or 4 past us. So let's hope it's not the same with West Ham today. So we've seen 3-2, I've seen 2-1, I've seen 2-0, 1-0, 2-2. For the poll, you guys are expecting Arsenal to win by more than 2 goals. Let us hope. So let's hope the match reaction and the player ratings are positive after the game. So I've been going for 30 minutes. Let's hope we can win this game. Let me take this last comment. This game will be a make or break for many Gunners and Arteta management. Yeah, I think it will. From everyone is looking to see who's going to lead out the team as captain. Are we going to, if we score fast, are we going to sit back or take advantage of their poor defense and get more goals? We need to watch out for their set pieces, although Ogbonna and Zuma, thankfully, not there, because they're very good in terms of corners and free kicks. So Cresswell as well, who takes their corners and free kicks, is not there. So Arsenal against West Ham. I'll be back with the match reaction and the player ratings after the game. Let's hope we win this game. Make sure to hit the like button. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe and see you guys soon.